Today we will focus on sequencing events. We will use a set of 3 pictures to help us. Sequencing is putting things in order of how they happen. The first step in sequencing is looking at all 3 pictures. In this set, we see an egg, a tadpole, and a frog. Think about what they all have in common. We know that all 3 of these pictures are going to tell a complete story. Now we are going to analyze the picture. To analyze, we are going to look at the details that are in the picture. In this picture, what do you see? You see something small in the water. Now think to yourself, does that show the first, second, or third step in this story? We will repeat the analyzing step for the second picture. What do you see now? We do not see the egg anymore. Instead, we see something a little bigger swimming in the water. The creature has a mouth and eyes. How does that fit into our story? After analyzing or looking at the details of the first 2 pictures, we can say that the egg is the first event in our sequence or in our story. The egg is turning into a small animal. We can say that that is the second event in our sequence or in our story. Now that we have the first 2 pieces, we need to analyze the third piece. We see a frog in the water. Does it make sense that the frog would come last? Yes, it does. We have all 3 pieces of the puzzle together. We have sequenced the events of this story. First, there is a frog and an egg. Second, there is a tadpole in the water. Lastly, the tadpole turns into a frog. This is how we sequence events. Now that you have learned how to sequence events and analyze pictures, it's your turn to practice. You will start practicing sequencing stories together. Look at these pictures. What order do you think they would go in? You will use this skill in your next assignment. For your next assignment, you will work with your group to create a story using 3 pictures just like the ones above. You will analyze each picture by looking at the details of the picture. Then you will put them in order and write a story to match each picture. Are you ready? Get set.